You can heal in the same environment where you got sick. And I know that sounds impossible and silly. I'm here to tell you that it's not impossible, it's not silly, and obviously, depending on the circumstances, it is very much doable. This room has accompanied me on my past 3-4 years of life where I have experienced grief, loss, sickness, death. The years that I've lived in this room have been some of the hardest years of my life, and I started to think that being in this room would keep me in that box and keep me in that experience. And I know you're thinking, this is so fucking corny, dude. Like, this is impossible. And I want you to know that your experience is valid. If you're willing, I would love to share the ways that I have turned this space into a space of love and healing and comfort. Bring comfort and rest into your space regularly. This is so important for creating a space that feels safe and comfortable. This is not only important for physical regulation, but mental health and emotional regulation. I'm not a professional by any means, but speaking from my own experience, I've experienced some heavy, deep ranges of the human emotions, and having a place and a space that feels comfortable and safe and warm has helped me so much. And you can create a space like that by watching your favorite comfort TV show or movie, reading a book, lighting some ambient lighting, lighting a candle, burning incense, video gaming, having your childhood stuffed animals or blankets in your room. Whatever you can and want to do to create a space that feels safe from everything else in the world, do it, because that is one of the most important things that we need as humans. We weren't built to succeed in a capitalistic society. Rest is supposed to be one of the main pillars of our human experiences, and avoiding it can be really harmful. I think it's really important to unlearn the guilt that society has taught us about resting, because resting is healthy and important and completely normal and acceptable. And we should be able to rest and enjoy comfort and safety without feeling like we are doing something wrong. Take care of your body. Food is meant to help nourish us and make us strong, so we can learn to rest and stop being in survival mode. Now, I know eating and body image issues can be really intense, and I want you to know you're beautiful and you are amazing, and these are things that we need to do for our bodies, no matter how hard, so they can learn to function again and learn to feel safe again. And it's probably one of my biggest struggles right now, but I just have to keep reminding myself that this is what my body needs. It's been fighting for so long, and your body needs it too. So if you ever need to talk, just text me or comment below and I'd be happy to help. But I think this is a really important step in learning self-care, safety, and healing in an environment where you were sick or hurt.
Well, at least you know we have. Yeah. I like to be able to
Stimulate your senses. I know this may sound a bit odd, but doing things to stimulate your senses wakes you out of survival mode. Again, I'm not a professional, but these are things that have helped me. One of my favorite ways to stimulate my senses and wake up my brain is to engage in reading my favorite novel. I journal a lot. I've been journaling so much, and it helps so much more than I ever thought it could. Box breathing is also another one of my favorite ways to stimulate my senses, where I breathe in 4, I hold 4, and then I exhale 4, and that's one of my favorite ways to kind of ground myself and reset myself. Spending time in nature is one of the most powerful ways to stimulate your senses. Again, I'm probably going to sound corny, but connecting with Mother Nature is the best medicine. Whether you sit outside reading in the rain like I am, or you sit outside and you put your bare feet on the ground, or being outside in any capacity at all is very, very healing. And I probably sound corny, but this is tried and true. It's worked for me. It's worked for so many other people. You can also stimulate your senses by the 5-4-3-2-1 method. Name 5 things you see, 4 things you hear, 3 things you smell, 2 things you can physically feel, and 1 thing you can taste. There's tons of other ways to stimulate your senses, but the most important part of this step is building it into your daily, weekly, or monthly routine. I get into that a little bit more in this video, but for me, that may look like getting up at 7 a.m. and doing yoga, moving my body and engaging the senses of feel. That may also look like doing a 5-minute meditation in the mornings, waking up my brain, engaging those feelings, engaging those senses. I also set a goal to read 2 chapters of my book every morning, or at least once a day, where I'm feeding my brain things and waking it up. I feel like these personally are very important habits to create when you are trying to heal and grow from trauma, because stimulating your brain in healthy ways helps it to get out of the cycle of trauma responses. Again, I'm not a professional, I'm not a therapist, I'm not licensed. This is just what has been working for me. I know a lot of this might require physical energy that a lot of you don't have, so if you can't do some of these things, that's okay. You can start simply by engaging in box breathing, or you could go to youtube.com and Google rain sounds. I also think the most important part of this step is creating boundaries between you and social media. Waking up first thing in the morning and going on TikTok or Instagram creates a huge drop in cortisol. Replacing doom scrolling with healthier habits is a way to feed your brain and rewire your brain to start creating new neural pathways to build your communication skills, to build your self-esteem, and to strengthen your brain, which will help so much in the healing process and will help with dealing with these big, deep, and heavy human emotions. Express yourself. Now, I know expressing yourself is a very vague term and a very vague thing to do. When I say express yourself, this can look like so many different things for you and for me. One of the ways that I express myself is through my own individual spiritual practice, where I will do a 5-minute meditation every morning, and I will pull a couple oracle or tarot cards about what I need to focus on that day, and I'll have a chat with spirit and the universe. For many of you, this might look like a religion or a culture. Expressing myself to my beliefs and spirit in the universe helps me to not only hold myself accountable, but to have some hope within myself in the future. Expressing yourself can, again, also be in the form of journaling or even just talking out loud, which you'll see me do later in this video. I'm a highly sensitive, emotional person, and I have demonized that aspect of myself for my whole life. And only recently have I learned that this is a beautiful quality to have. Sometimes being a highly sensitive and emotional person can be extremely hard and can feel like I have no control over what I'm feeling or what I'm experiencing. But I've learned through the practice of journaling or even vocalizing my feelings out loud to literally the air in my room is so helpful. With highly sensitive people or big emotions, it's important to allow the emotions to flow through you and not get stuck in you or control you. The way that I let them flow through me is by crying, dancing, yelling, talking, journaling. kickboxing. Like, there's so many different ways to allow for your emotions to flow through you in a way that helps create emotional regulation and peace. Be honest with yourself about your feelings, validate them, and be a support for yourself. It's okay to not always be okay. It's okay to have insecurities. Like, that is so normal. But what's not okay is us allowing those insecurities to define us or take our lives over. Like, we are not our insecurities. We're so much more than those. And that's what I'm trying to teach myself. Like, every morning for the last 2 weeks, I've been getting up early, 7 a.m. I've been taking my meds, I've been drinking water, I've been brushing my teeth, brushing my hair. First thing I do when I come back into my room is I do yoga. I do yoga, or I do stretches, or I do a morning meditation, which I just did. I didn't film the meditation or the yoga though, because I find like when the camera's on me, I am like hiding parts of myself. Like, even right now, I don't like the way my hair looks or my face looks or anything like that. So I wanted to just like not film that and be fully present and unplug for that moment so I could fully focus inwards on myself. Okay, as I was saying, I haven't filmed a YouTube video in a long time because I feel like when I am filming, I like try to force someone who's not me out of me to come like be present while I'm filming. Like, I hide parts of myself, if that makes sense. Like, I'm just not fully myself when I'm filming. It's so exhausting to do that, like to wake up one day and like feel that spark of creativity and feeling like I'm gonna create something today, and then when you go to create it, you aren't comfortable in yourself while creating. Like, I just feel like it's not a healthy habit. Like, I've really wanted to sit down and film a YouTube video for like a while now, but when I have gone to sit down in the past, my me worrying about how I look, how I act, how I'm like presenting myself got in the way of what I wanted to do, which was have fun and film a video and create content that it would like legitimately set me off into like a series of like not feeling good for the rest of the day. I can like feel myself falling back into that feeling right now, but I'd like to work through it now so I like can still have the rest of my day to enjoy myself and be healthy and take care of myself and not allow one thing to like take away from my whole day. If that makes sense. So fucking corny. Like, I've been in and out of the hospital since January 1st of this year, and I finally got a diagnosis. I finally have my shit figured out. Like, after 3-4 years of being sick, I finally have the answers that I've been wanting. And so now, because I have the tools to be healthy and thriving and like feeling good, I really want to hold myself accountable to that. Like, I really want to be engaging in like healthy habits and routines. So I've been waking up early, I've been taking my meds, I've been drinking water. First thing I did this morning after taking my meds was I came down and I stretched and I did some yoga and I listened to some meditative music, and then I came and sat on my bed like I do every morning, and I pulled out my daily, like I did my daily oracle card reading, my daily tarot reading or whatever, and then I journaled. And now after that, I typically read for a bit. I typically read 2 chapters, and then I go upstairs and I eat, and I like stick in that routine. And the morning routine that I have, like, it's good and it's healthy, and I want it to become a habit. But today I pulled out my camera and I was like, maybe I could share some of this, you know? And now I'm like, I feel disrupted. Randomly film like a wellness, my like I hate the like wellness influencer thing. My like I thought I'd film my morning routine that I've been doing that helps me. Which I'm glad I did. I feel better now that I've talked. But I've been yapping for quite a while, so I'm gonna let you get to your day. Remember, have a cup of water today. Do something for yourself. And I don't know what clip I'll be putting after this, but I'll see you in that clip. This summer is like, I really want to focus on my health this summer, my physical health, my mental health, my spiritual health. And I did just get like my diagnosis that I did just recently get a diagnosis that confirms like all of the symptoms I've been experiencing the past 3 years. And it just like it explains why I've been in and out of the hospital. And now I'm finally starting to feel like a normal person. I'd have a cup of tea and read my book on ghosts and mediumship and the other side. And my outfit is nature themed. I have just been recording clips of like little random clips of what I've been doing whenever I'm out of the house. And I've just been like adding them into this vlog, and I haven't talked in any of them yet.